Welcome back, tennis fans. Another GTL news, and I'm here following the terrible defeat of Rafael Nadal yesterday to Mackenzie McDonald. He's been checked out by the doctors, and we know how serious the injury is. And here we go, straight from Rafael Nadal himself. He put out a tweet earlier today in Spanish. I've translated it because I cannot speak Spanish, and it reads, "Good afternoon. I have carried out medical tests after the defeat yesterday. Of course, we watched that in straight sets to Mackenzie McDonald, of all people, another American, and I'm still very upset about it. But listen, we understand why, because the MRI shows a grade 2 lesion in the ischius psoas of his left leg. I mean, that's the best you're going to get with me with that. I'm no doctor. And now it's sports rest and anti-inflammatory physiotherapy. Normal recovery time, 6 to 8 weeks. And listen, that is the big part of all of this. We all want to know, when will Rafael Nadal be back? A lot of people in our last video starting to think, is this the end of Rafa? Is he going to retire at Roland Garros like Zverev has suggested? How long can he keep going with another injury? It's not the foot this time. It is, in fact, the ischius psoas of his left leg, if that means anything. Is that even the hip? I don't know. But one thing I do know is it looks like he will be out now for the next 2 months, which means he will be missing a lot of the hard court events, and he won't be able to defend some of them titles from last year. We've got Jose Morgado talking about them, saying there's going to be no return to Dubai, doubtful for Indian Wells and Miami, but he shouldn't be a problem for the clay court season. And we know Rafa is at his best when he's playing on the clay. It should be fine for Roland Garros and even some events before. The only problem really is that Nadal now is in danger of leaving the top 10 for the first time in 19 years. And that is if he does miss the next 2 months. And of course, other players pick up points. He will be leaving the top 10, which I never thought I'd be saying this year. But you can understand why. I mean, he's gone out early in Australia after winning it the year prior. So he's going to lose pretty much the maximum points there. And he's going to lose the points from this injury and missing tennis for the next 2 weeks. And injuries have been the story of Rafael Nadal's career, because here is a list of all of the Grand Slams when Nadal didn't play because of an injury. So we've got 2003, Roland Garros, 2004, and I'm not going to read them all, but I'm just going to talk about the injuries. Look, elbow, left ankle, that left ankle again, the left foot this time, the knees, the left knee and a stomach virus, right wrist, left foot. The only thing what seems okay is his right foot, to be honest. Moving on to the next one. We've got Grand Slams when Nadal retired mid-tournament. And we've got other injuries here. Of course, these events we all remember quite well. 2010 Australian Open quarter-final against Andy Murray with his right knee. 2016 Roland Garros third round. That was a walkover against Granollers, and that was his left wrist. 2018 Australian Open quarter-final. That was a big one. In the 5th set against Cilic, I was devastated. His right leg. So not the right foot, but the right leg. And 2018 US Open semi-final, retired after the 2nd set against Juan Martín del Potro with the right knee. And of course, the one last year against Wimbledon, against Nick Kyrgios at Wimbledon, and that was an abdominal tear. We have more here where Rafael Nadal picked up an injury during the Grand Slam as well. And well, you can have a little reader there. I'm not going to go through all of them, but ones which I remember quite well, of course, 2021 Australian Open quarter-final where he lost to Tsitsipas. He had a problem with the back and he's serving. He then lost to Djokovic recently with his left foot problem at Roland Garros. And this year, 2023, Mackenzie McDonald, 2nd round, and it's the hip. And listen, the injury list is crazy. It makes you wonder how many more years can Rafael Nadal keep playing tennis with this long list of injuries. And this latest one has really, really, really bothered me, because I think it means that the end is very near. And of course, my favourite player retiring is going to be very, very sad. But there we go. I think that's enough from me before I start crying on here. Rafael Nadal out for the next 2 months, but hopefully he will be back for the start of the clay court season, which gives me a little bit of positivity and something to look forward to. Of course, he will be going for another Roland Garros as well. Fingers crossed he can be there and do well. But anyway, that's enough from me. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe to Game to Love if you're new, and we'll see you for some matches later on.